force is strong in my family. My father has it. I have it. My sister has it. You have it too. Hi, this is Trepacer. You caught me in the middle of getting ready for my Trepacer Saturday reviews. I'm sorry. Let me get ready. As promised in my blog, I went to see 2 movies today. I went to see Inside Out in 3D, and me and Earl and the Dying Girl. Inside Out I saw in 3D. If you can see that. Anyway, it's me and Earl and the Dying Girl. Okay, first I want to talk about Inside Out. Basically, Inside Out is the latest Disney Pixar movie, and if you've seen the trailer, you basically know the gist of the story. It's basically about this girl named Riley, who has a mother, a mom, and a dad, and she grows up, and it basically takes place in her early life, and they basically show you that, of course, like everybody else, she's guided by her emotions, and in this case, it's joy, fear, anger, I think sadness, and the green one I think is indifference or jealousy, or I forget. Let me see which one it is. Fear, anger, disgust. That's it, and sadness. Okay, and basically, they show you how the emotions inside of her, and like every person, how they guide you and your actions. And you could say joy is a sort of the leader of all the emotions. She makes sure everything stays on track, and everything, all the emotions that have to go and all her memories get placed after everything she experienced. And her other emotions help guide her, through various things. Like when she's angry and when she doesn't want to eat Brussels sprouts or something, that's when anger takes over. Or when she's sad about something, sadness takes over. Or when she's fearful of something, the fear emotion takes over. And basically she's living a content life, growing up, and she becomes a big fan of hockey and stuff. Of course, they live in the Midwest, and I think Minneapolis in this movie. And then her life radically changes, of course, when she has to move all the way across the country to San Francisco. Okay, and then her emotions have to try to help her adjust, to her new surroundings and her new reality with, having to make new friends and live in a new place. Okay, and of course, things sort of go haywire inside of her emotions when a certain thing happens, which I don't want to spoil. And then, of course, her emotions have to keep her on track and try to, basically, because of what happens, she, Riley radically changes. And, of course, they have to try to get her back on track, to being the happy and content person she was before. And this movie is, like I said, one of Disney Pixar's best. It's absolutely a fantastic, from the voice work to the animation. And again, this is one of those movies that has kind of heart to it. This is probably one of the Disney Pixar's best movies. I think it's right up there with Toy Story in terms of, being, a movie that kids can relate to, and a movie that adults can relate to as well. Anybody that's ever had a child, or anybody that's, I guess even experienced things themselves, because they show you actually, besides Riley's point of view, they also show you the mother and father, not so much in any kind of detail, but they do show you a little bit of what things happen inside their head with their emotions too, which is funny. And this movie again is funny, and it's sad, and it's cheerful, and it has a whole range of emotions, and you will be caught up in this movie, and it's definitely one of the Disney Pixar's best. I thought it was very well done, and really kind of gives you an insight into the into the human brain and stuff, and how it works, which in a weird way they kind of do, and the way they set it up is just fantastic to see how some things will go into short-term memory, and how certain emotions are kept. And it's just, I don't want to spoil it too much, because I'm thinking about it. I don't want to spoil it, because it's just a fantastic movie that you just have to see, because it's that good to me. Okay, again, it's one of the best movies I've seen this year, and I highly recommend it. And I'm gonna give this Inside Out a 9 out of 10. Definitely go see this movie, and hope. And I think they're definitely gonna make a sequel to this. Just saying, this just the way it. I think it's just set up for a sequel, which is fantastic. I would love to see this continuation of this story, because to me it's that good. Again, 9 out of 10 for me for Inside Out. Now the next movie I saw, of course, was Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl. Stars Olivia Cook. I think Thomas Mann is the other person. And okay, and this movie, the first time I think I heard about it was on a. I think somebody was doing a review of the trailer, a reaction to the trailer, and then I went and saw the trailer, and it did intrigue me, the trailer, and then I heard it was coming out, and then I saw it had get great reviews, so I said, yeah, I wanted, so I said, you know, let me go see it, and so I did. I went to go see it today, and it's it's a good movie. Like I said, if you haven't seen the trailer, basically the gist of this story is you have a young high schooler named Greg, who's I think 17, who's about to graduate from high school, and he hangs out with his friend Earl of the title. Okay, they hang out in the one of the teachers, I guess in the teachers' lounge, I guess, watching movies and stuff. They're big movie fans, and they actually film movies and film basically bad, they parody bad parodies of famous films, because they're really into films and watching them, and so they film their own little bad parody version of these films, which are absolutely fantastic. And okay, one day, and Earl is kind of not Earl, Greg, the title character. He's kind of skating through high school. Like I said, he doesn't form any close relationship with anyone. He knows most of the groups, and he kind of just keeps a distance from them. But he makes sure that he goes around and says hello, so he doesn't have any clique, angry at him or isolated from him. So he's kind of floating through high school, basically. That's what he's doing until one day his mom comes to him and tells him, listen, there's this girl, Rachel, I think Rachel's the name. Hold on, let me just make sure of that. The Dying Girl. Olivia Cook, yeah, her character's name is Rachel, and she's basically got leukemia, okay, and his mother basically guilts him into going over and spending time with her, basically. And of course, Rachel is not having it at first. She doesn't want anybody to hang out with her out of pity. Of course, she's very proud, but eventually he does break through with her, and they do form a friendship, despite his initially not wanting to form a friendship. He actually does form a friendship and basically hangs out with her and Earl, and she gets to find out that they do these films, okay, and she watches these films in which she enjoys their interpretation of this. And for once, this guy who's, like I said, cynical and floating through life and not having any real connection forms a connection with this girl, okay. And what I liked about this movie is this is one of these Sundance types of movie, and you can pretty much kind of predict how things are going to happen. But I like that the character does a voice. So the Thomas Mann's character, Greg, the main character, he basically tells you, listen, if this was a certain type of movie in his voiceover, this would happen, okay? And of course, that doesn't happen. And it's fun to watch these young actors just knock it out of the park with this really good story. And again, I was always a big fan of Olivia Cook. I think she, is Rachel, the Dying Girl. And I think she was really, really good. And just, you felt for her and her character. And this is basically a story about a guy who's floating through life with no real connections, basically forming a connection with this girl. Of course, at the same time, this girl has got she has a disease, which he didn't want to form this friendship with her, but he actually does form it, and he comes to care for her. And this is just a very well done movie, and I definitely highly recommend Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. And it's just a joy to watch, and I love the character of Earl too. He's sarcastic, and like I said, you only see him really interact with Greg. I mean, he hangs out with Greg at his house eating, because Greg's father, who's a professor and played by Nick Offerman, he's also all the time cooking these bizarre foods from all over the world that they come to his house to watch movies and eat. and it's he has all these other characters in the movie. The teacher, Mr. McCarthy, played by John Brathwaite, who comes by and lets him hang out in his room in the teacher's lounge to watch these films because, like I said, they're big film fans, and they make these parody of these movies. And like I said, they hang out with this girl, this dying girl, and they form the friendship for her, and she gets to get enjoyment out of their wacky movies as well. And it's just a really good coming of age movie, as as usual. But I think it was very well done, and I definitely recommend it. And me and Earl and the Dying Girl, I give it an 8 out of 10. Definitely go see it. It is one of these Sundance type of movies, but it's really very well done. And at the end of it, uh, I think you'll clap and say very well done. Okay. Anyway, let me know what you think. Oh yeah, Inside Out, 9 out of 10. One of Disney's Pixar's best. Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, an 8 out of 10. Definitely recommend it and go see it. Okay. Anyway, let me know what you think. If you've seen those movies, what do you think of them? Feel free to leave comments down below. And this is Trepacer saying so long and take care.